Donna here from Ready to Stamp. I just wanted to jump on here today and share with you, during this time of uncertainty with the virus and everything that's happening, and us having to stay home and us asked to stay socially distant from people. I want us to be careful that we're not emotionally distant from people. I also want to share, because it's also produces a little bit of anxiety in our lives, not knowing what's happening. And I just wanted to share a couple of Bible verses that have encouraged me during this time. Talking about anxiety and how God helps us with our anxiety. The first verse is 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. Another verse is Philippians 4:6 and 7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, by prayer and asking of him, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. When we're anxious, we are to let God know that. And then here's one, Proverbs 12:25. Anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down, but a good word makes him glad. Another way that I have seen that said, anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. That's from the same verse in a different version, Proverbs 12:25. So we as card makers and crafters have a way that we can send good thoughts to people and encouraging thoughts to people. What I like to call it is happy thoughts in the mailbox or in snail mail. So how about we go ahead and also, since our children are at home with us, maybe we could encourage them to send cards and to send encouraging words to their friends who are probably anxious about this whole thing going on. So how about we go ahead and I bring you down to my workstation and we go ahead and make some simple cards that you could send out to your friends in the snail mail. So let's go ahead and get started with, I'm going to cut my card here. I have a smaller piece, but it's 5 by, I think, 8. So I'm going to cut it down to 5 by 3 3/4. And I'm also going to cut my thick cardstock. I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to cut it at 5 1/2. Get this out of my way. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do here, let's move that out of the way. I'm going to stamp my this is called Beautiful Day. There we go. Yes, there we go. And we're going to cut out, I'm going to stamp this butterfly and color it. And we're going to stamp with this always thinking of you, so that we can encourage our friends. And I'm going to use this, and I don't know if it's going to stick, so I might have to do something with it. Oh, look at that, it does. So I'm going to use my Tuxedo Black Memento ink for this. And it didn't stick, so what I need to do now is I need to clean it, and my block I just used some hand sanitizer, which I'm sure right now people have a lot of at home. So I'm going to do that with it. And now I can my desk. I did not realize how messy it was until I put on the camera. Sorry about that. There, that's better. So I'm going to ink it up in my black tuxedo ink. And now I'm going to stamp it up towards the top a little bit of the card so I have room at the bottom for the saying, the sentiment. I'll just clean it off. Now what I'm going to use to color it with, and this is where the kids come in, they can color the butterfly. And I'm going to use color, let's see, their Coastal Cabana, Melon Mambo, and Gorgeous Grape. Yep, Gorgeous Grape. And so, yeah, the reason I know what color I'm using is because I'm using this, my color coach that I made, through Stampin' Up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to color no, I have not made this card yet, so so there you go. Now I'm going to take my blender pen to kind of, now you want to be careful that you don't smudge it too much, because you might, the paper or the cardstock might pill, meaning you might get some of the paper up. This just kind of helps even out the coloring. And just make sure in between each color you get the color off of the blender pen, because you don't want to mix the colors. You know, doing crafts is working on a different side of their brain. So after they've done all their e-learning and their things that their teachers have given them to do while they're at home, help them to work on the other side of their brain. You know, they work on their right side a lot, work on their left side so that they can have a well-rounded education while they're at home, and a little bit of fun time for a mom and child. So, okay, now I'm going to take the other let's see, will it work on this one? I have a lot of my blocks are in a bucket or in a container, because I had a workshop and I just hadn't had a chance to empty it out, so we're improvising. Okay, so Always Thinking of You I'm going to put on here. We'll clean that, and then I'm going to find some, what color do I want to do? Coastal Cabana. Let's do that. I'm going to cut this down to cover up my ink first. I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4 by 4. 1/4, and this will be the framing piece for this card. Okay, so we're going to just tape this down up here like this. And then I'm going to take my card, my back layer, the main piece. Like I said, my table is a mess, so I've lost things on it. So here's our first card that we can make, quite simple. And then on the inside you can just add your saying, you know, thinking of you, hope everything's okay kind of thing, whatever you want to write inside. Or if you have any more sentiments, you can always add them on the inside. So here's card number 1. I'm going to put these out of the way so we can work on the next card. I love my pencils. So with this card, I'm going to use some Designer Series paper. This is from the Poppy Moments, and I'm going to cut this to be 4 by 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4. Now, if you don't have this kind of DSP and you have others in your stash, you don't have to use what I'm using. You can use whatever you want, right? So all I'm going to do is line it up on here like so. Look at that beautiful paper. Oh my goodness, I love this paper. It's gorgeous. Somebody at Stampin' Up! Actually painted this. And they got a print of what they painted. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, and so I have okay, let's do the happy birthday. So I'm gonna do a happy birthday. You could change this to a Mother's Day if you have, because Mother's Day is coming. There's my happy birthday. And so now I'm going to use my trimmer to cut it. I'm going to scoot it over here. And I'm going to cut it. You know what? That's crooked. Let's try this again. Yeah, we're going to try it again because it was crooked. See how bad that is? Okay. Oh, so bad. So we're going to try again. Oh, much better. That's much better. Okay. We'll just cut a little bit of it off. And I will tuck it in there again. And we'll try this again. Sorry. Okay, punch. Oh, that's much better. I like that much better. Okay. So this one's very simple as well. We just add it on here like that, and you have your happy birthday card done. And I'm going to use some dimensionals. These are awesome little, sorry, my phone rang. These are awesome little pop dots, some people call them. I just call them dimensionals because they give dimensionals, and that's what Stampin' Up! Calls them. So, really, I did it upside down, you guys. Okay, so we're just going to take them off of here and put them on the back. Silly goose. Okay, there we go. See, I even make mistakes. Look at that. Okay. So, beautiful card for you. 2 different kinds of cards that you can make with your children or by yourself during the time that we have to be in our houses. And to send happy thoughts through snail mail. You know, my tagline is bringing happiness back into the mailbox, one beautiful handmade card at a time. And isn't this a beautiful handmade card? Your friends will love it. You can either stamp a sentiment in here that goes along with happy birthday, or you could just write your very own little note in your beautiful handwriting. And even if you don't have beautiful handwriting, whoever sent it will love it because it's yours and you did it. So I encourage you during this time and any time of the year to send cards to encourage your friends and family, and also encourage your kids to do this because yeah, your kids need to do this too. Snail mail and cards in the snail mail is a lost art, and we need to bring that back. So here's the other card, always thinking of you. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this will encourage you to send cards. And happy creating.